Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. In the last part, a lot went wrong for our good old buddy Snake. And now we're gonna hopefully find the hang glider so we can head over that crevice that Holly was telling us about with the hang glider. Now the room where the hang glider is, you can actually see it on the radar right now, it's the one to the right, is actually one of the first doors you ever see in the game. But we couldn't obviously enter it until we got, I think, keycard 6 from Natasha there. Now, before you do this, if you haven't gotten the cassette tape yet, I recommend you go and do that because you're gonna need it coming up here. So, get keycard number 6, I believe it is, out. Or the blue card, rather. And now let's try this out. Now, a lot of the soldiers in this room are dummies. Except for, if you check the one in the top left there, the one right there. When you play the national anthem, which is on the cassette tape, he stands tall and will not attack you. And allowing you to now enter here. And in here we get the hang glider. Now, I think I do it here, but make sure to get the cassette tape back on when leaving because that guy respawns immediately. Or at least I thought he did. I could have sworn that more than one of these soldiers actually moves if you get into an alert, but don't quote me on that. Either way, with that, I'm actually going to cut back to the tower building, because our next goal is to get up to the 20th floor of this, as Holly told us. There's a balcony up there we can use to get over the crevice. So let's head into here. Oh, and also, get the body armor, and I recommend the submachine gun. And now let's head up to floor 20. Now, I kind of wish they had elevator music. I know it would really ruin the mood, but I'd find it funny. Alright, floor 20. Okay then. Yes, hello? Oh, God. Snake! Snake, Grey Fox here. Fox! It seems you ignored my suggestion. My friendship with you ends here. This elevator will be your coffin. What? I sent the hit squad train solely for close quarters. Send them my regards. When I find you, Fox. Snake, I'm happy to say, farewell! Fun fact, Grey Fox is actually based off the one guy, I think it's like Tom Berenger. We are Ultrabox, close quarters assassins! A top secret team commanded directly by the president. Consider yourself lucky to be cooked by us. This is a very tedious boss fight. They'll just jump down around you when you're not close to them. They'll jump on down. They take a lot of such machine gun ammo. So I'm actually gonna be fast forwarding this fight all on now. It's a very easy boss. Just heal when it's necessary. Now, anyways, as was on to what I was saying earlier. Grey Fox's profile pictures, I believe, based off Tom Berenger, I think his name is. The guy with the scar on his face from Platoon. That's an interesting little fact for you. At least I think it is. It looks a hell of a lot like him. Really, this is more of a tedious fight than anything, because each one of the members takes a good amount of shots. Thankfully, past a certain point, it gets really easy, because you can just have one guy constantly hopping up and down into your bullets, but still, it's kind of tedious, and it takes a while. I forget what the exact original time of this was, but it was a bit too long, if you ask me. But enough effort, and they do go down. Like so. Though I still question the random explosions. And for being them, we get ID card 7. And we fall, and that should have killed us. That really should have killed us. Okay, then. Either way, what I need to do now is actually get to the other end of this room up there towards that elevator. Because now we want to head up to the 10th floor, because obviously that elevator's out of commission. In fact, they even put the do not enter thing there, I just noticed. Huh, I never noticed that before. But either way, we want to head up to the 10th floor because we can do something in here now. You could have actually accessed this room much earlier, if I recall, but you really only want to access it now. If you look on the radar, you can see to the left, there are rooms you haven't accessed yet. And if you punch this wall, it makes the hollow sound. Place a bomb, blow it up, and boom, new pathway. I think I'm slowly getting worse with speaking, which is kind of an accomplishment, honestly. Now, I recommend you get out the body armor for this and nothing else, though I suppose if you want a gun, get out the handgun. Because you might notice, there's two guys right outside this door. You cannot avoid them. This is a run for your life scenario that Solid would actually later revisit, running up a spiral staircase. We start on floor 10, we have to run all the way up to floor 20. So that's about 3 minutes worth of walking. I would have fast forwarded it, but I didn't want to ruin this awesome music track. I actually really love this track. Thankfully, as long as you keep a good pace going, most of their shots will either miss or never happen. So the soldiers here are really dumb. Though they don't keep it like this the entire time, they do throw some stuff in to spice it up. Like eventually we'll see a couple of tripwires and some more stuff beyond that. Though I gotta say the slight load time for the screen transition kind of makes this feel a bit stilted. Solid would do this a lot better because it's all one screen. And there's tripwire number 1. These are like the only places you'll really get hit. At least they should be. Though I have to admit, it's a really nice tense situation. Because for the most part until now, you could almost completely avoid getting spotted. In fact, I think it is possible to completely avoid getting spotted, except for here. And even then, knowing speedrunners, there's still probably a way past this. Though part of me wishes that they'd have a bit more enemy variety in terms of here. Because, while that's clearly they're all the same sprite, I mean more like in terms of weapons, because that's when you know you're getting somewhere that they feel kind of threatened. If they have like grenade launcher mooks or something. In fact, that's one of my least favorite things to encounter in Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah. Oh, and along the way, they actually help you out a bit if you decide to start shooting these guys down, because maybe, actually, can you kill them all? I don't think you can. I think these guys are infinitely spawning. Either way, they do leave you 2 ammo packs there and 1 towards the top floor. And here on floor 17, I think is where stuff gets a bit more complicated. Think is a massive keyword. Yes, it is. They throw in a couple of pitfall traps, which for some reason they can walk over. Yeah, that's fair. Have mooks that can defy gravity. Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally. Also, you gotta love the perspective fail that the Ep.6 has here, where it looks like we're just walking in a square even though we're technically going up, because they couldn't quite get elevation totally right on Ep.6. Because a 3D perspective in 2D is really hard to do and make it look like it actually is 3D. Especially in top-down. And then there's the 3rd ammo pack. Don't get me wrong, there are games that can do it right, but a lot of the time it either just doesn't look right or it doesn't work at all. I immediately think of the Temple of Doom game on the NES and arcades. And now, since we went through that door, they randomly forget we existed. Great guards there, guys. Absolutely flawless. Oh, even better, that guy I was completely inside of that guy, but he didn't notice me. Either way, we want to head up into here. None of the doors here have anything interesting in them. Somehow that guy didn't see me. Either way, get your gas mask and gas grenades out. Yeah, we're actually going to use them. I actually forgot about this use of them for some reason. You know, this is actually one of my favorite set pieces. It's me, one of your fans. You can only dive from there when the wind is blowing north. Usually it's blowing south, but occasionally the direction switches. You may have an item that helps you finding out the direction. Do well. Who are you, sir / madam? Either way, the gas grenades, when you throw them, will actually show you where the wind is going. My general recommendation is throw one, wait 2 to 3 seconds, then throw another. Because that way you can not waste them all. And then we need, when the wind is blowing north, you have to head up to that northern little thing there and equip your cigarettes first, I think. Because I think Snake needs a smoke or something. I'm not sure. It's never quite clear. And then use your hangler. Maybe the smokes are supposed to also show you which direction the wind is blowing. I wouldn't be surprised. That was a waste of a grenade. And now for this scene. I will not lie, the only reason I was silent for that is because I absolutely love that song. It's like I think it doesn't even loop on the OST, but it's such a good little track. Then again, as a whole, I mentioned it before, but Metal Gear 2's soundtrack is the first one I think is really good. Because, you know, there's actual variety, and it's actually more than like 2 tracks long. Mind you, Snake's Revenge had a similar thing. But still, either way, get out the body armor and grenades, because you're going to want them coming up here. That's a very familiar sound at this point. That usually means, and I'm guessing by the radar as well, boss fight.
I've been waiting for you, Snake. I am Predator. No one can beat me in a jungle ambush. Let's see if you are a real snake.
Obvious reference to an 80s move from this movie aside, Predator is a really interesting boss. When he's under the grass, he's completely invisible to you, even on the radar. It takes about, I think, 15 to 20 grenades to kill him. But honestly, he doesn't hurt much, especially with the body armor. And he just doesn't do much. I forget if you can harm him with bullets. Either way, I just recommend grenades. And if you're wondering why I'm speeding this fight up if it's so easy, it's because, I'm guessing it's due to the way that the radar has to run the... not the radar. The game has to run him being underground, or... It has to run all this stuff. What's it called? Grass. But this fight runs at like 5 to 10 frames a second on a game that's generally around 20 to 30, depending on the room you're in. Maybe even worse, it might actually be 5 frames. Either way, it runs so slowly that I just had to speed it up to make it look not only smooth, but actually, you know, feel like it's moving at a progressive pace. But really, Predator is a really easy boss. In fact, a lot of the bosses in this game, while they're actually, I think, really fun bosses, they're really easy. There's only, I want to say, 2 hard bosses in the entire game, and we have yet to see either of them. Because a lot of the bosses in this game have such a simple strategy that you can just either wait them out, or just stay in one place and destroy them long enough, like I did during the Hind-D fight. That's really disappointing, because, well, mind you, it actually also makes sense, because that's an evolution of gaming right there. Because the later Metal Gear games are really well known for the boss fights, especially 3. Either way, for defeating him, we get keycard 3, which for some reason I can't collect, because my sprite placement was off. I don't get why this is happening. Yeah, keycard 8. If I can grab it, there you go. But with that, and me getting keycard number 8, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 7, we'll be checking out what's north of the Predator fight. See you guys then!